Good evening. Everybody was asking for updates on the uh, Southeast substation in Dallas video with Patrick. So I thought I would provide you with one. Patrick made a complaint, and that complaint was sustained, but they never tell you what they did. But there's more to the story, much more that is interesting, and let's get to that. Dallas police officer gets 20-day suspension after investigation finds he inappropriately tried to find a local domestic violence shelter. This is interesting. Remember, guys or folks, 43% of spouses of police officers report that they have been physically and or sexually abused by their police officer spouses. Remember that. A Dallas police officer with a troubled disciplinary history recently received a 20-day suspension after an internal investigation found that he had inappropriately used police resources to try and find the location of a domestic violence shelter. In January of 2012, Senior Corporal Avery Redd asked a police dispatcher for the address and location of the Family Place, a domestic violence shelter. He told the dispatcher that he needed the information because he was trying to help a friend. The dispatcher called the shelter and was told that they do not give out the address over the phone. The dispatcher later notified supervisors about what Redd had asked her to do when she heard that he had been involved in an incident. His wife told internal investigators that her attorney told her to go to the Family Place because it would be a safe haven. She said that Redd did not know at that point that she wanted to separate. The shelter's director told investigators that he called and asked for information about his wife and children, but made no threats. He later told internal investigators that his wife had taken the children out of school and he was worried for their safety. I regret that I used city resources, but at the time I was just worried, he wrote. Redd was disciplined for having violated department's administrative leave policy. Redd faces another ongoing internal affairs investigation after employees at the hospital where his ex-wife worked complained about his behavior last April. And it goes on to talk about bail threats. I'll put a link to this article in the description of this video so that you guys can catch it. And then we've got, oh, looky here. Veteran Dallas cop to be fired after discovery that he lied in his police reports. What are the odds that he lied in the police reports? I would say that they're 100%. Another veteran Texas cop is discovered to be bad news. Seems like this is getting to be a regular news story, right? I'm looking at something here. This week, it was the Dallas Police Department who had the shameful task of informing the media and the public at large that a police force veteran of 13 years would face termination after the revelation of his bad acts. It just goes on here to, and I'll put a link to this one as well. But here's what happens. Do you think he's unemployed? Do you think he lost his job? No, he did. And then the Dallas Police Union stepped in. And you want to know what happened after that? He's back to work. I know what you're saying. How can he be back to work? He's a proven liar on police reports. And he could be putting people's liberty at risk by lying. Dallas Police Department doesn't care. So links to the video, to the stories is in the description. And, I tell people all the time, you don't have to go in search of tyrants. They can't help themselves. They will be drawn to you. All you got to do is stand on a sidewalk somewhere with a camera. Y'all be safe.